All right, what's going on, guys? It's Mr. Price Action. We got another installment of the top 5 trending stocks on StockTwits. We're gonna go over Lucid, Netflix, Momo, AGNC, and NQ today. So yeah, let's dive right into it. The first stock we're gonna take a look at is Lucid. All right, so Lucid has been in an active downtrend for pretty much all of 2021. As we can see, we're trading underneath this $10 level. Now, me personally, I like this setup to go long because we're extremely oversold here. And what we see throughout this whole progression is this stock really hasn't had a significant lower high yet. Okay, we have a just active downtrend here, and this could potentially pull all the way up above 10 and possibly hit around $11. We take a look at our lower time frames. We do have a supply zone right here at 1250, that we only tested once. So while this will take probably a couple of weeks to play out, I do think now is a good time, and I've seen articles supporting that now is a good time to hop in these EV stocks and play a bounce. As you see, this takes us into like January, February 2023, but 40% upside from today's closing price versus where the active supply zone is. So I do like Lucid. Let's move on to the next stock, Netflix. So I've been looking at Netflix from a very, very long-term point of view. This progression line originates from the IPO price all the way up until around 2009. We can just see the progression of this stock, how it abided by this regression line right here. And then following 2012, just outperformance for almost a decade up until recently, where we've found our way back into this little channel. My personal opinion for Netflix, very long-term point of view, but I think this is a $200 stock. We're already starting to consolidate, or we've already for years actually been consolidating kind of within this range. You just have to look at the log chart to see that there's really no active uptrend here with Netflix. So unless this thing continues to surge to new highs despite this huge drop, I do think we're making a lower high right here, and price will probably navigate back down to around 200 and just continue to play within this range for at least until 2025, 2026. Next, Momo. All right, so Momo surged 31% today. I'm looking at the yearly chart to see what's going on here. So let's just take the pre-IPO in 2016 candle. As you can see, we're trading underneath it. 934 is going to be the important level to watch out for. Let's go ahead and put our wicks back on. As you can see, huge rejection off of that level. So we already tested it. Let's go down to the shorter term time frames. So as we can see, right at that level is where this stock was rejected at. We don't really have any good supply zones. The target, the 934 level, was exactly where it was. So this one is a solid sell for me. I mean, look at the RSI all the way at 72. You see what happens after we get up to that level. This does not trend for very long. Once it gets to those points, huge sell-offs. Now we're back, huge resistance. We'll probably revert back to around $6-7. That's my opinion for that one. All right, AGNC stock. This came out after the recession. I'm looking specifically at this post-COVID candle right here, or during COVID. So similar to Momo, we are trading underneath a key level. So 1058 becomes that level for AGNC. This thing is actually flat today. I'm not sure what the news is. It hasn't actually tested that level here on the short-term time frame. So I do think this probably has a little bit of upside to push towards that 1058 level, but that's only 7%. So next we got NQ, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, so NQ, another very long-term stock. Let's just take this one from the recession candle and see what's going on here. All right, so 3063 is a key level for this stock, but it has yet to actually test that level. And we have an upwards resistance that's been formed for over a decade. So this is one to probably keep on your watch list, because if it can break this trend line, this is one of those stocks that will absolutely surge, probably test the previous high, which is 51. That in itself is 115% upside. Then from there we have $94, that's 200%, and then 136, which is close to 500%. So I'm not sure what the short-term play here is, but long-term, this is a stock with probably a ton of upside, but it hasn't recovered, since the recession. So that's tricky, but I do like the potential setup for a breakout here. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you guys for stopping in. Peace.